Hey, it's OG Scotty B. Links here. I was just kind of thinking to some. I was giving some advice to a guy, I think a Jesus freak, and so I just got some more. Just I'm gonna. That was kind of unfortunately. It took your comment to kind of get me to think about these. But this is just maybe it's some advice for other people too. Maybe you never know. God works mysterious ways or whatever, right? So if you spending time in the library is a good thing when you're homeless. It's dry, warm. You can read. You can do all kinds of things in there. Catch movies, whatever. So that's something I recommend. Is if instead of wandering around the street or hustling, like that way you can get applications or whatever. Depending on where you work, like or where what like try and like when you're getting your shit together, I suggest like learning how to do something in like a trade. It's always a good like being a well, I guess like Black Bigot runs around doing dishes all the place, so yes, he's a good dishwasher. But like I'm talking like if you get yourself a trade, you could work pretty much anywhere, like a plumber or a painter. I paint houses and I'm pretty good at it. So even when I got even when I was messed up, I mean, I actually worked a lot when I was messed up for a long time. And I actually had a boss pay, a few of them gave me money because I explained to them I just needed money so I was able to, like, everyone else were drinkers on the crew. So some of these guys didn't know. They're like, well, if when I give you guys the money, you go out and get drunk and you don't show up. Well, for me, it was different. I needed to get my dope so I could just get normal, right? So I would show up, and that's the thing. But I never had money. But the thing is you gotta learn a trade, or yeah, like get a trade or something that you know how to do well, and that'll take you far. It's like those 4 years of your life or whatever, that'll take you far. You can always fall back on it if something goes wrong, or I mean, I'm starting this YouTube thing a bit, and I'm going to be branching out onto a few other things, but I've got, I can fall back on my trade. So yeah, and be honest with. I was honest with the guys. I mean, like I didn't apply for big construction companies or that, right? I applied for like smaller type guys, and one of the companies I still work for to this day. And this guy drove me, like he literally drove me to like pick me up every day from the shelter and drove me around, and I was kind of like his right hand man for a while. And he'd take me to the pub, like for pub lunches and shit. He treated me really good. He knew my past. I was completely honest with him about what I was going through and everything. And yeah, a lot of these companies will give a guy a second chance that's willing to work. And I was willing to work at that time. I didn't care. As long as I was kind of doing it different. I was trying to wean myself off, but I mean, it did work for a while, but I'm not. But just, I spent a lot of time working was my point. What I was getting at is like, I would spend a lot of time. I would sacrifice those Saturdays or whatever just to go work. I didn't care. I didn't really want to have a life except for just keeping it simple. Keeping it simple is very good thing to do too. Like, you just want to work, eat, maybe study, watch a little TV, you work out a little bit, and keep it simple for the bit until you get, your routine. And a routine is pretty important at that point while you're gathering your shit together. Like, don't try and look at shit in the long term. Like, don't try and think, oh, fuck, I need a car or whatever. That Don't even think about that. Like, fuck, first think about just getting a steady job and a bank account and all that kind of shit. And then, look for a roommate or whatever, how you go, or live in a van or whatever you want to do. But yeah, I thought those are just a few tips. Maybe hopefully they'll help you out. Cool.